There are two aspects regarding the Inuyasha series that I like the most. Those aspects would be its lore, and I don't mean the bald lore of Japanese mythology that it takes from. I'm talking about its own lore that is created by Rumiko Takahashi herself. And when it gets super fucking violent. The romance stuff, I could take it or leave it, honestly. Because a lot of times, it's very redundant. And with Volume 18, you know, we got a lot of romance of that. But for Volume 19, though, woo! We got two of my favorite fucking things. Lore and brutality. Yes, thank you, Ms. Takahashi, for doing this. Alright, so before I start this review, go ahead and click subscribe, leave a comment, well, once this review's done, and hit that notification bell too. Make sure it's, ring-a-ding-dinging, because I am going to be trying to push out content every other day. And what kind of content, I don't know. Will that content be anime or manga based? Maybe. Maybe it won't. Maybe I just want this channel to be chaotic like my last channel was. And be about everything and anything. Well, anything I like. That's the one guarantee. If I like it, it might be on here. There, that's the only guarantee you're fucking getting. Alright, so let's start the review. Okay, this volume kind of has two stories. Well, three. But here's the thing, though. Only one story, really, starts and ends in this volume. The other two stories, one is a finisher, other one is a starter. Kind of. Okay, so the finisher, which is what we start off with, because in Volume 18, it ended with Kohaku showing up, but now Kohaku is just some kid that ran away from Naraku's castle that got destroyed, and he doesn't know where the fuck he's going, but he's being pursued by Kagura and a horde of yokai. And that's what happens at around the end of Volume 18. Her and that horde show up because they're going after Kohaku. Turns out, though, Kohaku is still being controlled by Naraku, but not in the same way like before. It's not in the sense of Naraku is literally controlling the child. Now Kohaku is purposely trying not to remember that horrific event that happened with him, slaughtering his own family. But by doing so, means that part of his human conscious is still around, which means that there's a part of him that is still defying Naraku, because Naraku really was trying to use Kohaku to kill Kagome, but then it turned out that, Sango was going to kill Kohaku, because she felt that, okay, I have to put my little brother out of his misery, but then Inuyasha, of all people, was like, yo, you can't be fucking doing that. That's only after Inuyasha learns that Kagome, yes, she got attacked and hurt by Kohaku, but Kohaku had the perfect opportunity to end her fucking life, and he didn't. Even though he was supposedly under Naraku's control, he straight up fucking didn't. He hesitated, almost as if a part of him was like, bro, you don't want to fucking do this. Deep down inside, you fucking slaughtered your own family. And it's bittersweet to know that Kohaku, no matter how many times his memories were erased, the face of Sango will always be there. It's something that he cannot get rid of, and he has no idea why. And I believe it's because deep down inside, he just loves his sister a lot. And not in that kind of way, you fucking weirdos. Alright? Quit reading and watching so much hentai. Now, the middle story is a bit interesting. First, we get some lore regarding the scabbards of both Tetsaiga and Tensaiga. The scabbards were created by this tree, very ancient tree, named Bokusenou. Bokusenou's bark made the scabbards, and Bokusenou is approached by Sesshoumaru and his group. Now, Sesshoumaru wants to know exactly like why at times Inuyasha's blood smells just like their Chichiure's. Now, in case you guys forgot, Chichiure is the classic way of saying father in Japan. I know a lot of y'all probably heard Oto-san or Oto, which means father, but yeah, Chichiure could also mean father as well. Sesshomaru was just wondering about this, and the tree basically tells him that, well, not just basically tells him, the tree asks him, has he ever lost himself? And Sesshomaru was like, me lose myself? No. And the tree pretty much explains that since Inuyasha is a half yokai, he could easily lose himself, especially when he has a really strong bloodline like his father's, coursing through his veins. And so, the sword keeps him in check, basically. The sword is the whole reason why Inuyasha just doesn't go fucking nuts and on a fucking killing spree. And as we've seen before, when that side of him comes out, he is almost unstoppable. And the only way for him stopped is if he has Tetsaiga in his grasp. And thus, that is the reason why Tetsaiga was given to Inuyasha and not to Sesshomaru. Which now we know Sesshomaru no longer needs Tetsaiga because now he has Tokijin, which ironically is forged from the fangs of the beast that broke the first Tetsaiga anyway, which was the beast of one of fucking Naraku's children. Some dude that we don't even remember anymore because he's not appearing again. If he does, I'll be surprised. But yeah. And so while this is going on, Inuyasha and Co help some people out, but then this group of bandits show up, and there's this dude named, I believe his name is Gatenmaru, or Gatenmaru? Gatenmaru, there you go, yeah, Gatenmaru. And Gatenmaru is this, like, moth fucking yokai kind of dude. And he has the one thing he shouldn't have done, and that is threatening Kagome's life. And when that happens, Inuyasha just loses his fucking shit and goes on a giant-ass killing rampage, and that shit was fucking beautiful. But, since he went on this rampage, though, he literally lost himself. And at the very end there, Sesshomaru shows up, lets everybody know, well, actually, some of them already knew about this, that Tetsaiga has to be in Inuyasha's grasp for him to not turn to this point. But now Sesshomaru knows that if Inuyasha keeps on becoming his more berserker self, he is going to lose himself entirely, where he will become a creature of just fighting intent, that he will attack friend and foe alike. And it's funny, although Sesshomaru does not like Inuyasha, you kind of tell that he cares enough about his brother to not see his brother fall down this kind of path. And probably the best line in the volume was Sesshomaru basically telling Inuyasha's friend that there is no honor in killing someone like this. Meaning that, despite all of the wicked shit Sesshomaru has done throughout the series, Sesshomaru actually has a set of standards and morals, unlike fucking Naraku. And so, that leads us into the third part, which is kind of start of another story. Well, we're gonna get the rest of it, of course, in volume 20, but that's how volume 19 ends. Okay, so what ends up happening is that Inuyasha goes back and talks to Totosai. Totosai basically tells him that, hey, I need to make my sword fucking lighter. Totosai's like, well, hit that gym, bitch! Get them gains! But Inuyasha's like, but I don't want to do that! Make it lighter! And Totosai basically tells him, okay, you want to make it lighter? Alright. It's like, the only way to make it lighter is basically make your sword better than your father. That's the whole gist of it. And by doing so, okay, so what does that mean? Make your sword better than your father. Okay, so we need to remember that Tetsaiga originally comes from the Fang of Inuyasha and Sesshomaru's Chichiue. Comes from the fang of their father, okay? And so, that fang has basically been protection to both of his sons, especially protection for Inuyasha, since it was the one thing that was keeping his more demonic nature, or yokai nature, whatever, in check. Now, when Tetsaiga was revitalized with the fang of Inuyasha, Inuyasha's fang is and a lot heavier. It hasn't been through many battles. Hell, a lot of times Inuyasha would fight with a sword and not really with his own teeth and claws. So this actually shows the inexperience between father and son, because with his father's fang, he was able to swing it around quite easily, quite gracefully. Now with his own fang, he's having trouble producing the same type of momentum and swings and all of that. So what it needs to do now is needs to make it to where his fang can be at the same momentum as his father's fang. And the only way by doing this is surpassing his own father. And how he's going to do that? Well, that is by defeating an enemy his father could not defeat. Ryukotsusei, which was a big-ass dragon that his father could not defeat. And thus, by defeating this opponent, Inuyasha will have surpassed his father, which will mean that his fang will surpass his father's fang, which will mean that the revitalized Tetsaiga will become lighter than the previous Tetsaiga. Or rather, that's what it might just seem like. Basically, this is just Totosai's fucking trollish ass way of getting Inuyasha to just get used to basically get Inuyasha used to fighting with his own strength. That's all it fucking is. But he's making Inuyasha think that, oh, if I defeat this opponent, then my sword will magically get fucking lighter, which that's not even the case at all. Now, at first, the whole point of that thing was that they were going to just go up to Ryukotsusei, who has Inuyasha's father's claw embedded deep into his fucking chest, practically on the creature's fucking heart. Inuyasha was just, I suppose, was according to Myoga the Flea, was gonna just like, yeah, stab right into there. But Inuyasha's like, nah, I don't wanna do that. That's some bitch shit. And Naraku's like, hey, I heard you, bro. That is some bitch shit. So how about this? How about I disintegrate the fucking big ass claw, and you can fight this some bitch all by yourself. We cool? We cool. And that's what fucking happened. Naraku. Starting drama where it doesn't fucking need to be. God, the guy's a fucking prick. But I am looking forward to this fight. I don't know really what to expect. I'm hoping it's not as disappointing as the fight we got with Gatenmaru in the volume. Because the minute Inuyasha fucking went apeshit. Now, at first, Inuyasha and Gatenmaru were evenly matched in hand-to-hand combat. Gatenmaru got an upper hand with his poison skills. But the minute that Tetsaiga was taken away from Inuyasha, Inuyasha was in the poison cocoon with Miroku. And of course, when Gatenmaru threatened Kikyo's fucking life, he didn't realize that he signed a contract saying, I'm gonna become a t-shirt. And it was kind of funny. The minute this dude shows his actual yokai form, Inuyasha just goes, get the fuck out of here! And just demolishes him. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, literally, it's a page, okay, there's a page, Gatenmaru becomes full yokai. Next page, Inuyasha just one-shots this motherfucker. Like, what? I haven't seen someone get fucking one-shotted that fucking quickly since... Oh my god. There's actually this, like, really badass fusion in Bobo that happens, where the fusion looks... I am fucking joking. Looks like Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. It shows up, then the next page is defeated. I think it was when Bobo was fighting his brother Bebebe, or BBB. One of those two, I think. Sorry, I'm a big Bobo fan. Actually, sorry, not sorry, because Bobo is the fucking shit. As a friendly reminder, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, there's that bell thing. Wait. That bell thing. There's that fucking, that fucking bell, whatever. Click on that. Make sure it's ringing. That way you'll be notified when I put out more content. Like I said, start the video. I'm going to try to put out content every other day. I'm going to see if I can hold up that fucking momentum. Maybe I can, maybe I fucking can't. Who knows? I won't know till I fucking try, okay? And with that being said, I'll see you guys later. Bye.